You're very welcome back. Time for us to sit back. Well, they can sit. I'll stand with Erica. Erica, you're going to do all the hard work for us. And you're going French tonight, kind of, aren't you?
We're going French, exactly. We're doing a bean and chicken cassoulet. So you could do it all bean. The thing about this is the one-pot dish, but we're going to start by searing the chicken in the dish and take it out to do the rest and then top the chicken back in. So I'm going to start. It's really hot. And it's kind of key to get a nice bit of colour. You'll see I've done some more there. I've salted the top of the chicken as well. And that is really important for drawing out the moisture and giving you a good crispy kind of skin. If you don't want to leave the skin on, you can take it off, of course.
You're not actually cooking it in this case. This is just to seal it.
Seal it,
and then
sear it.
Right,
exactly. When you do this with anything, beef for a stew or anything, it locks in the moisture of the beef or the meat. And it also gives you extra flavour on the outside. The brown colour is flavour, I always say that. But it can be a bit messy. It's taken me a long time to polish this back up from earlier. But and dangerous in a way because it's spitting. So just be a little bit careful.
All right, keep your distance.
Maybe don't wear your new shirt.
You want your 6 o'clock show apron.
I should be. I can't believe it. And we noticed that there's wine in it. So doing dry November, you're allowed to have gallons of this cassoulet with the wine in it.
I could be drinking the stew then.
Yeah, you can be drinking the stew.
But I can drink the stew.
Exactly.
I'll have a glass of cassoulet when I get home.
Delicious.
Right, so you're searing your meat, and where are we going
next? That's it. I'm just kind of going to take that off because it's a bit loud, but just wanted to show you really hot. Ideally, you want a bit browner like the ones I've done earlier on. I'm using actually really big, these free-range chicken breasts that I get at my local butcher that are huge. So I divide them into a few pieces and chicken thighs. So you kind of want all the pieces to be in or around the same size so that they cook.
And skin on it.
That's what I was going to say. If you're buying a chicken breast, you're not going to see the skin if you're buying off the shelf in the supermarket.
Some of them you don't, but when you do, or even the thighs, or you could do drumsticks here as well. It's really nice. I find them a little bit messy when you have to take them off the bone. Next thing going in is onion. So I've taken them out. But yeah, skin has fat and flavour. And yeah, it's obviously if you're being a bit more careful of diet, you can take the skin off, but it does really help with flavour. It's delicious.
Absolutely. It's one of my three favourite left. So onions in.
What's the third one?
I'll leave it.
So onions going in. I have to be honest, I forgot my onion and garlic today. So the recipe is white onion, but the lovely lady Jackie in the canteen gave me a red onion.
Okay, right.
That canteen comes to the rescue a lot behind the scenes for sure.
I'm very grateful. So we're just frying it in the fat and a little bit of the oil that we used and a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm going to put in some tomato puree.
Tablespoon or so?
Tablespoon. This, guys, it's so easy. There's very little washing up. Jackie also gave me some garlic puree. You can use fresh garlic cloves. I think I have 5 or 6 on the recipe because it really takes it. It's lovely. And then an added extra of flavour is harissa. So this is a spice.
A bit of spice, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a chilli paste with a little bit of flavouring through it, like garlic and cumin from Tunisia. But you'll find it in most supermarkets now, which is brilliant. So about a tablespoon, depending. You don't want it too hot if there's kids or whatever in the house. But it does give a lovely bit of flavour. Don't forget to season with salt and pepper.
Amanda, is this something like you might try at home? Are you in the kitchen?
Definitely. A little bit now. Like, I wouldn't be as like this, but like, not too bad.
You're not too nervous?
Not too nervous, no.
That's good. It is about confidence, I suppose, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
And trying new things, seeing how they're made, they're really straightforward. Oh, the next thing, the wine. It's supposed to be a glass, but we put it all in, sure. Why not?
All get burned off anyway.
Exactly, the alcohol.
That's a decent nearly half bottle you put in there.
I did. So I was like, I'm not bringing that home. We might as well put it all in.
Much for dry November.
Yeah, exactly. So let that kind of bubble away for a little while with the alcohol, burning that off. And then you're going in with the major ingredients. So you've got the tomato. That's a can of chopped tomatoes. That's just going in. Obviously, that's giving us a lovely red tomato flavour. The tomato puree is enhancing that tomato flavour. And then we're going to put some spinach through. So that's going to wilt a little bit as it goes through. Couldn't be easier. So
this is a good bit out. How long are you going to end up putting it in the oven for?
We're going to put it in the oven for about half an hour.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was kind of a few hours kind of job.
Well, you could, but I'm using cooked beans. So out of a can. Yeah, just drained. So actually, cassoulet comes from France, and this is now anyone watching is going to be like, that is not the cassoulet. I should really have...
If they're not offended by the French accent,
Oh, my
you've got them now the
accent's amazing
recipe.
I'm in trouble now, guys. I'm sorry. But
So what type of beans did you pop in
So
there?
I
then?
use cannellini,
Yeah.
the little ones.
Okay.
And we might recognise they're kind of similar to the baked beans that we use, haricot, and then butter beans. You could use anything. You know, this.
And is there much of a flavour difference between the two, would you say?
I think it's texture a lot more than
okay.
flavour. But yes, there would be subtle. But there definitely would be with like black beans or kidney beans. Yeah, I know that.
But this is a good one if
memory.
people like their chili or whatever, especially if you're a vegetarian, you can really just leave out the chicken. I
That's
guess.
it, yeah. You
And
could
this
do
is
it
gonna be
exactly
really
like
filling.
this, exactly. And maybe at the moment we've got gorgeous carrot, cauliflower, butternut squash, all those things are in season.
We're 2 minutes now.
We're at 2 minutes. Okay, so this is literally all the ingredients. We're going to put in some stock. Okay.
The veggie chicken?
That could be either, yeah, whatever you have. Guys, this was made up, a recipe because of what was in the house during lockdown, and it went down a winner,
It works,
and
okay.
I make it all the time. Chicken goes back in.
Also, I know we talk about sustainability, you know, and lack of waste, but this is, I mean, you're going to have a lot of these things possibly in the cupboard anyway in terms of your puree,
Yes.
your chopped tomatoes, your stock.
100%. And also, you could throw in the bits and bobs in the house, in the kitchen.
Just use it all up.
Exactly. So that's it. I'm going to put the lid on, and let's do a swapsy. Goes into the oven for about half an hour.
You're saying something about the pot has to be particular.
No,
in
in France, it's shaped. It's a terracotta pot shaped like this, with no lid really. But I'm going to use it with a lid, not the Cruiser or whatever.
But that's a good old Pyrex one.
Yeah, I think something with a lid. If not, you could put it in a low dish with tinfoil on top as well.
Oh yeah,
If you
just
don't
in
have
a deep baking
Yeah.
tray.
Sure, everyone's got one in the back of the
Everyone's got one of them.
Never, use twice a year.
Twice a year,
Top,
literally.
top.
This is a tree.
Yeah, what?
What's your roast chicken in?
Roast chicken, we get it like in the tin foil it comes in from the supermarket. I'm not joking. Like it comes in a kind of a
Put your veg in your... Anyway, we need to talk after the
roasting
show.
tray.
Well, look at that pot that you have there.
This one's from a friend of mine.
That's
After she's
beautiful.
watching, she gave it to me as a birthday present.
That's
It's from
fab.
Bulgaria. Okay, so can you see that, guys?
That smells
It
divine.
smells amazing.
Gorgeous.
It's quite liquidy. If you want it to be thicker, you just leave it in without the lid on in the oven.
Oh, and it
So I
tastes
might get you to
delicious.
chop
Okay.
me a bit of bread. So we're going to put a little bit of
gorgeous.
brown or soda bread with it. You know, come
Only
on.
got a few seconds left.
Okay,
if you want
I'm gonna plate up a little bit.
We get a look at it.
Oh yeah.
You could do mash, you know, us Irish. You could do rice. I have it here with a bit of salad and some of this lovely sourdough.
That looks absolutely fantastic.
Looks
Thank you.
You keep putting up
stunning.
there. We want to remind you, check it out on Six Eats, VMTV Food as well, if you want to have a look.
So we've got time for tonight. Thank you to all of our guests, to Erica for this beautiful cassoulet and to Amanda too for helping out.
I'm going to be back on tomorrow, where I'll be chatting to the iconic Linda Martin's going to be here. Strictly Come Dancing Glitterball champ Kevin Clifton will be joining us as well. We'll see you tomorrow. Are we getting the dinner? Are we getting some dinner? Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow.
Put it on the way.
Stay safe.
Bye-bye.